Johannesburg will have a new mayor tomorrow. Well, that's the announcement by the Premier of Gauteng, David Makhura, in his capacity as the chairperson of the ANC in the province. Environment and Infrastructure Services MMC Mpho Moerane is the party's pick. Makhura says Moerane will be elected at the council meeting. He'll replace Joburg Mayor, who died recently in a car accident. ENC's Lindokuhle Xulu is covering this story for us. Lindokuhle, good afternoon again. You know, when you think about this Joburg Mayor seat, I mean, the ANC last two candidates who carried that role have passed away. Matongo in a car accident, and earlier it was Jeff Makubo due to COVID-19 complications. Now there's a new man in the wing, literally like a shoe-in, the MMC Mpho Moerane.
Candidates that you rightfully said have untimely passed away. One because of COVID-19, we understand COVID-19 complications, and the other, which is the latest, Joburg Mayor, from an accident on the Golden Highway just as you pass by Zakaria Park. But I can tell you, Praten, that all eyes with the processes that are unfolding will be expected to be on the building behind me. This is the council chambers in the city of Johannesburg. Some would call it the Metro Center. This is where tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning, we're expecting that there will be a voting in of a new mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Now, according to the provincial leadership of the ANC, that is led by Premier David Makhura, in his capacity as the chairperson of the province, the ANC Gauteng, it does say that they've come to a consensus from both the regional level, the provincial level, as well as the national level, to say that Mpho Moerane should be the candidate for the ANC. They did tell us that he was tried and tested during the time where Matongo was being elected. He was also being tested for the mayorship position, and they're saying that he came second on that time, but now under the circumstances he is the right person to actually take over this particular role. Let's take a listen to that provincial chairperson of the ANC, Premier David Makhura, giving us a sense of some of the tried and tested phases that the now mayoral candidate Mpho Moerane had to undergo to actually be one of those people that is considered for this particular position.
How was this arrived at? The name of Mpho Moerane was amongst the three names when the ANC was filling the vacancy for mayor. Three names of candidates were interviewed by the national office bearers, the national officials of the ANC. When Joburg Mayor was appointed a candidate and subsequently the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. So Mpho Moerane was the second amongst those who were interviewed. There were three. He was the second, and even at that time, the feedback we got from the national officials was that amongst the three were very competent people, and any one of them could be appointed mayor. But at that time, the preference was that Joburg Mayor will take us far. And indeed, in the last few days of being the mayor of Johannesburg, we saw the work done by Joburg Mayor. He was loved by the people of our city. So getting to this point, last night, the national officials met with the provincial officials, at which a report was tabled, and that report was of a meeting of the regional executive committee and the provincial executive committee.
We've got a month to go, Lindo, before the local government elections on the 1st of November. One wonders what the party like the ANC is going to be doing in the 30 days that are left. It's just a month.
A month, but then that is left for, if he is elected as the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, then Mpho Moerane must, within a month's time, perform some of the things that really will make a difference. And you are looking at a city, a metro that is really troubled with a lot of issues. One of them being the biggest one is the issue of electricity. But they are saying that from the province's perspective and from the mayoral candidate himself, from the ANC, they're saying that there's a lot that can be achieved. achieved. They're saying that they are confident that they'll be able to utilize this 30 days to actually achieve something. And they're saying that this is because they are not starting afresh. They are actually taking over from Mayor Geoff Makubo, from Mayor Jolly Matongo, and they're basically continuing on their footsteps. And one of the things they want to achieve is to sort out the electricity issue somewhat. And what we understand will be happening in the coming week or two, there will be a memorandum of understanding that will be signed. This is by the City of Johannesburg together with Eskom, to actually have Eskom hand over officially the electricity supply to City Power. They're saying that this is one method that in which they believe some of the electricity crises they face in the City of Johannesburg will be able to be mitigated and will be able to be solved. So that's just one in a myriad of problems that the City of Johannesburg is facing. But the provincial chairperson of the ANC, Premier David Makhura, together with Mpho Moerane, who is the mayoral candidate officially of the City of Johannesburg, they're saying that they are willing to actually use these 30 days to sort out some of the issues in the City of Johannesburg, one of them being electricity, as I said. But let's take a listen to the mayoral candidate himself, Mpho Moerane, just in terms of what he believes he can achieve in these 30 days that's left before the November 1 elections.
First priority is to deal with the electricity problems in Soweto, Orange Farm, Diepsloot, Ivory Park, and parts of Sandton. We started having a discussion between us as the city and national government, which was led by Minister Pravin and Eskom CEO on the 18th of July 2020. We were escalating problems that are experienced in Soweto, where Eskom was disconnecting on many substations, which would include people who are also paying. They had a system that if they collect less than 60%, they would switch off the block. And you would understand that not everybody is not paying. So it would affect people who are paying as well. So the purpose of that meeting was to address that issue. But we also brought in the issue of takeover, which Eskom then presented to the board. And the board accepted and approved that they must transfer all these areas within the City of Johannesburg boundaries to City through City Power. The two issues raised, firstly, was the network and the infrastructure, which would cost us about 4 billion. And the debt at that time was sitting at 12 billion, where Eskom wrote off 5 billion last year, and now it's sitting at 7.5 billion. So those are the two major issues that we are currently discussing. We will be concluding, Premier, the memorandum of understanding next week or in the next 2 weeks to ensure that the transfer is guided by the principle of ensuring that we pay for what is there.